You're listening to Malgudi Podcast. The Indus Water Treaty between India and Pakistan is the only treaty that has stood the test of times. It has withstood 4 wars, terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir and other parts of India, and military crisis of 2002. In today's episode of the UPSC Radio Lab, we shall see the Indus Water Treaty in detail. Before we get into the details of the treaty, first let us know the rivers involved and the origin of the rivers. The Indus River, originating in the Tibetan Plateau at the vicinity of the Manasarovar Lake, starts at the confluence of Seneca Zambo and Gar Sangpo. The river course travels through Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, the region of Hindu Kush Ranges, and then flows in the southerly direction along the entire length of Pakistan to merge into the Arabian Sea near the port city of Karachi in Sindh. River Beas originates at Biaskund near Rohtang Pass, comes into India in Ladakh region. The river flows across Kullu and Manali. The Chenab River that starts at the meeting point of 2 rivers, Chandra and Bhaga, and often called Chandrabhaga in Himachal Pradesh, flows parallel to the Pir Panjal ranges. It connects with Jhelum in Punjab and with Ravi and Satluj in Pakistan. River Jhelum, originating from the springs of Verinag in southeastern region of Jammu and Kashmir, it runs through Wular Lake prior to moving into Punjab province of Pakistan. River Ravi has a source close to Rohtak Pass. It runs as a portion of the boundary between India and Pakistan for a particular distance prior to moving into Pakistan, meeting Chenab. River Satluj, also called the Red River, has a source from Rakshastal or Rakas Lake. It is linked to the Manasarovar Lake. The 5 rivers join the Indus River, the mainstream Indus River, at Mithankot in Pakistan as they flow into the Arabian Sea through Sindh at Karachi city. The Indus River is one of those few handful rivers in the world that display tidal bore. Now, what is a tidal bore? It occurs along a coast where a river empties into an ocean or sea. It is a situation where the flow of water from the river into the ocean reverses and the tide pushes the water up the river. I repeat, tidal bore is a situation where the flow of water from the river into the ocean reverses and the tide pushes the water up the river. Tide bore occurs all day, but not in all places on the planet. Special conditions are required for one to occur. We shall see that in another episode. The tributaries of the Indus River can be divided into the left tributaries and the right tributaries. The left tributaries are Zanskar, Suru, Soan, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, Satluj, Panchnad, Ghaggar Hakra and Luni River. The right tributaries are Shyok, Hunza, Gilgit, Swat, Kunar, Kabul, Kuram, Gomal and Zob. Now, how did the Indus Water Treaty come into existence? After the independence and partition, the Radcliffe Line, which divided the 2 new sovereign nations, cut right through the basin with 5 of the 6 rivers flowing from India to Pakistan. The partition split an established irrigation system between the 2 countries without specifying how the waters were to be divided. On April 1, 1948, India charged Pakistan with failure to renew the standstill agreement and shut off the water supplies from Ferozpur, that is East Punjab, that is India's Punjab, to Tidal Canal to Pakistan portions of Lahore. On May 4, 1948, both the sovereigns came into an agreement and an inter-dominion accord was signed between the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and the Pakistani President Ayub Khan. According to the accord, India would release enough water to Pakistan in return of annual payments that is ad hoc immediate repayments to the RBI. In a few years, the World Bank intervention took place, and after 9 years of negotiation, the Indus Water Treaty or the Indo-Pak Water Treaty was signed. What were the highlights of the treaty? 1. The 6 rivers, that is rivers Indus, Chenab, Jhelum, Beas, Ravi, Satluj, were divided into the eastern rivers and the western rivers. The eastern rivers consisted of river Beas, Ravi and Satluj, and the western rivers consisted of river Indus, Chenab and Jhelum. India had complete control over the 3 eastern rivers, that is river Beas, Ravi and Satluj, while Pakistan had control over the western rivers, that's river Indus, Chenab and Jhelum. When I say eastern rivers and the western rivers, please do not confuse it with the left tributaries and the right tributaries, because the eastern rivers do come under the left tributaries of the Indus. In the treaty administered by the World Bank, India had to allow unrestricted flow of the western rivers to Pakistan. But India is also entitled to use 20% of the water from the 3 western rivers for a few purposes. 1. Domestic use, 2. Non-consumptive use, 3. Agricultural use, 4. Run-of-the-river electricity generation, and 5. They can build dams. So under run-of-the-river electricity generation is where the Kishan-Ganga project is being developed. The data sharing of the water used should be on the daily basis, and no unilateral abrogation of the treaty is possible. Point 5. Permanent Indus Commission was created with a commission from each country. There were aims to maintain a channel, A for answering questions, B for communication, and C for implementation of treaty. So what is India's position today with regard to the water treaty? India has been using only 93 to 94% of the waters of the eastern rivers, and the rest is left to Pakistan. The 20% of the western river waters has never been utilized to its full potential. The Indus Water Treaty allows India to develop around 13.4 lakh acres of irrigation, whereas only nearly 6.5 lakh acres of land has been irrigated. It also allows for a storage of 3.6 million acre-feet of western river waters, but till now no storage capacity has been built to store that much amount for the same. In an election rally in Haryana, Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi revived the threat that India would not allow its share of water to be used by Pakistan and will no more underutilize the quota of water allocated to India under Indus Water Treaty. Resumption of projects to stop excess flow of water to Pakistan are already in the pipeline. Like other multipurpose projects, the Ravi-Beas link, strategically important hydropower project in Jammu and Kashmir, and probably completion of the Indira Gandhi Canal. Because if Indira Gandhi Canal is completed, nearly 30 lakh acre-feet storage is possible of the water that's been flowing into Pakistan of the unutilized 20% from the western rivers. India too benefited immensely from the water security provided by Indus Water Treaty. It has been able to generate hydroelectric power without having to worry about the implications of this for the lower riparian. The abiding lesson from the negotiated settlement of the Indus Water Treaty continues to be relevant today. India and Pakistan occupy the share and same geostrategic complex, and there is no way out other than harmonizing their nation-building activities within the shared space, hoping that this historical Indus Water Treaty, which has stood as an example to the world, will stand the test of time to come. Thank you for listening to this episode. Meet you in the next episode. You're listening to Malgudi Podcast.